I like to work it. I like to work it.
You do?
I do. It makes me work it fun.
I don't know what we're looking at, so it's fine.
I'm trying to look for something else over here, but it's not working. But anyway, episode 15, The Fog.
Yep, that's what it is.
Are you just having a steam? Is it? Did you drink another caffeinated tea? Is that what's going on?
It is caffeinated. Are we actually like doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we are. Okay, that's cool. I didn't hear anything, so I don't know.
There is nothing to hear.
Oh, I'm glad you know something like that's going on because I have no idea. Anyways,
if only you were in the same room as the engineer.
If only he was sitting behind me by like 6 feet, and I could be. Oh my gosh, freaking A. Okay, hi. How's your week?
It was fantastic.
We did too. We had a fantastic week too.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was fantastic, but I got through another one and nothing bad overly happened. And
yeah, overly bad, just normal.
Normal badness.
I have a story to tell.
Okay.
Having to do, because remember I told you on Sunday that it was almost the headless engineer's birthday?
Indeed it was.
Well, from last Sunday to this Sunday, go figure, the birthday happened.
You mean time moved on?
It did.
After time.
Anyways, okay, Cyndi Lauper. And I have to like do it in the most concise way, but I'm going to try. So we celebrated his birthday on Monday with my in-laws and brother-in-law and sister-in-law and their kids. And then my mother-in-law asked for a little bit more time of hours on the headless engineer's actual birthday, which is Wednesday.
Nice.
So we got to their house at 4, and his mom was like, immediately we had to get in their car and drive. So I'm in the back seat with, so it's my father-in-law, me, and Short Round in the back. Mm-hmm. And then headless engineer and his mom are in the front, right? And my father-in-law says, okay, you need to like memorize the route we're going. Okay, fine. Going out of their neighborhood, go up one street, go up to the main like highway, go north, head west on this main into a town called Bernalillo. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Okay. It's neither here nor there. It's a little north of us. Yes. Drive. And then get over to a street called 528, which is like another main drag that you get through into Rio Rancho. I don't know if you've ever been to Rio Rancho. Probably not. But anyways.
I think I've been through there once or twice.
It's like close.
Up north.
The suburb of Albuquerque. Yeah. Like northwest. Anyways, then we get into these neighborhoods, one of which was called Camino Encantada. And Short Round insisted that it was called Camino Enchilada, which I was like, I would live on that street. That'd be fine.
Sounds tastier. Delicious.
Yeah. And we get to this little like dead end where you can either turn into one neighborhood or you can turn into another neighborhood. And we're like what? Like none of us had any idea what was going on. Me, myself, headless engineer, Short Round, none of us had any idea. We're just like, okay, this is after about 45 minutes of driving to kind of put it into perspective. And we pull up to this house and my mother-in-law is like, okay, go up. You three go ahead and go up and ring the doorbell. I was like, oh no. Like, what's happening? I don't know. So we go up and ring the doorbell. Here's some like shuffling behind the door and it opens up and it's the
clowns.
No, it wasn't clowns. No, it was one person.
Clown.
No, it wasn't clown. it was a big old nacho. No, it was the headless engineer's best friend who he thought was living in Northern California.
Oh, no.
And he surprised him by buying a house near us and ended up closing and moving into his house the day of headless engineer's birthday. So like best birthday ever, right?
Yeah,
I know. I was like, dang, that was pretty good. Yeah, like my in-laws were helping him find a house and kept it a secret from us the whole time and just drove over there to his house for his birthday. So there you go.
Go inside now.
I was like, I'm going to have to buy you another t-shirt. Happy birthday.
Here's the shirt that we got you.
He's actually wearing one of them. It's a Hill Valley Society Save the Clock Tower shirt.
Nice.
That's definitely one he'll like. I can't touch the tea. Never mind.
You can't touch the tea.
It's gonna be
You're already fogging up the glasses.
I know. It's like I'm trying to like act like it's the like shadow of the like light thing.
It's fine. It's cool. It's you are going anime.
I don't know anime.
I don't know either. It is episode 15, The Fog. But there's no fog. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm just keeping it real and keeping it spooky, okay? That's all it is. It's, like Halloween time, so I have to keep it spooky for everybody.
Can she see? Find out.
Nope. That's the answer. Anyways, so tell me how your baukstober ordeal has been going.
Drawings and creatives and whatnot.
Yeah.
I've been having fun because I've been learning a new program, and it's Adobe Animate. It used to be called Flash, but I'm having fun because it's something I've always loved the idea of. I want to be a character, and now I'm like, well, I could just make my own. And so I'm trying to think of ways to piece together little shots and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Today's challenge of blank, I haven't done it yet. I was like, well, I could do this, but
I did mine.
The problem is, fancy.
No, tell me what your problem is. I'm sorry.
I'm doing stuff on a computer that needs more power.
Got it.
But I have more power coming in the mail, hopefully tomorrow. So yay.
More Ryan's power. Send 2. Yeah. Yes.
I just need more memory is what I need.
Well, you're getting older, so that's going to not help you.
True.
But that's okay. Yeah. I don't know if that's like what it is. So can I tell you about what happened to Pumpkin? You've sort of seen what happened to him, right?
He died. He rose.
Well, okay, here we go. So
rose again.
Yeah, so this is day 8. It was grave. And my poor little pumpkin guy, who was like the mermaid pumpkin from last week and like a clown and all sorts of stuff this week. Well, he died. He died on Thursday.
Sad. Okay? Very sad.
And then Friday was sandwich. And so, he lives. And
What sort of sandwich does a returning from the grave pumpkin?
I think it's a BLT.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what I was trying to do.
Sounds tasty.
Yeah, I mean, extra crispy bacon, a good slather of mayo. You could return from the grave for that. So then he was mad yesterday, so he kicked over his grave. Stone.
So, action shot.
I know why, because it's cut off is why.
I know, it's funny.
Why? He's like, stop, do it right.
And then let's see. So today's blank.
Yeah. So he kicked over a stone yesterday, and then now he's just right in your face. And he has his little blank stare, his little zombie blank stare.
Blank. That's pretty good.
And because it's blank, I figured.
Say zombie. He looks like he's been hanging out with Seth Rogen.
I know. I thought about this yesterday.
I mean, he's like, this is
stone, not stoned. Stone. Yeah. It's just blank. He has a blank stare and he has zombie eyes.
Zombie eyes.
And he said he's been hanging out with Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Pineapple Express.
People I used to know back in college.
I know.
That's all right. Anyways, I'm excited to see what your blank is. That was a really weird sentence.
It's a new game, kids. Fill in the word that Rizzo says.
It's blank. That's the word.
It's blank.
Never mind.
I'm thinking maybe I'm thinking of continuing the series of what I did yesterday. Okay. Yesterday I combined some pieces.
That was greatness. Yeah.
Which are on, I think, both the socials, at least my socials.
The little sad stone.
The sad stone. So I'm tempted about bringing the stone back to seek vengeance.
Oh, totally. Yeah, he should be because I'm thinking you could totally tie that into Nebula, where he could be going into space after the aliens is still his sword.
We'll see.
Anyways.
But yeah, it's been a fun challenge. I've really enjoyed playing with Adobe Animate. So it's just kind of like that, the stone thing, the face. I was like, oh, that was an accident, but it worked. It looks great. Yeah. Okay, we'll keep it.
He was so sad, poor thing.
Took his sword away. So that's been baukstober. Speaking of stone, you had the person whose Inktober this is, which is Lunchbox. His stone was a picture. Was a drawn version of Jason Mewes.
Yeah, it was it was like
Christ shirt. So,
he was doing the Buffalo Bill thing, which we'll talk about later, but because he did the with the shirt, the jacket.
It's gonna put
in
on
all of his stoned glory, so to speak.
Stoned glory.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Anyway.
Anyways,
So,
Do you want to tell me about stuff?
no, you tell
What
me
do you
about
wanna
stuff
tell me about?
first. I want you to tell me about what you've
No,
been
not much really.
hollow watching.
Hollow watching.
Registered
Well,
trademark copyright.
Hollow watching.
That's very good. I like that
Hashtag.
you. Yeah, you came. I like that. You came up with that this week.
Wife and I, we've still been kind of watching Community as our background mindlessness TV show. I've caught another episode of Raised by Wolves, still enjoying that. She and I have also picked up back on What We Do in the Shadows, the series on FX, which is based off the movie. The movie, if you haven't seen the movie, watch the movie. It's fantastic.
Greatness.
Fantastic greatness. It's from Jermaine Clement and Taika Waititi. So just watch it.
Because my understanding about what is it? Hold on. What we do in the shadows. It's like a Spinal Tap, but like for vampires.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I could
Start
totally
with the
be on board
movie.
for that.
Like I said, the TV show ties into the movie because it's the same creators.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should check that out.
Different actors, but you still see those actors from the movie pop up in the TV series. It's been great.
Yeah. So. And I heard you've been checking out some old school horror type.
A little bit. Yeah. So the wife and I, we decided for our Halloween watching for our movies, we would actually watch what we have in our collection. So we went through our DVD Blu-rays and we have them on a couch, just about that many or so. So
yeah.
We did Alien last week. We watched that many or so.
Okay.
Watched The Fly with Jeff Goldblum on Friday. Some Cronenberg action there for you.
Yeah, and I'm not having The Fly pop up because we're going to have another picture of Jeff Goldblum later in the show.
Yeah. And then Fright Night, the original one.
Is that any good? It looked fun.
Yeah, it's dumb fun. It's I think it's 85.
Is it scary?
But it's it's 80s camp. I'm going to say it's sillier than scarier. It has some moments.
Got it.
Some good face melting moments. So, you know.
Oh, cool. Okay. That's what you need. If your face isn't melted in the 80s, you're not doing it right.
So yeah.
That's kind of,
We've got this clay. We've just got to melt it.
There you go. So. Okay. So I want to tell you about what we've been watching. Well, me mainly. But the headless engineer and I snuck in something yesterday that I think I want to just briefly talk about. We started Haunting of Bly Manor.
Okay.
On Netflix. It's like the sequel to Haunted House Hill something. So, I should know these things.
The previous Netflix.
Yeah. But it was creepy. It's like she's an au pair and she's from the US and she's taking care of these two kids, Flora and Miles, because their old au pair died tragically. And she's in this manor because they're orphans and they live with the chef, the gardener, and the
hello chef,
nanny or whatever. Hey kid, hey chef.
Okay, so I thought it looked the main character,
Danny. Her name's Danny in the movie.
Oh, I'm thinking of on the poster the guy that you see who I think was the father in the previous one. I can't remember.
Oh, Henry Thomas. Yeah, we haven't gotten to that yet. We only got to one episode, but he's like a horror movie guy. Yeah, right.
He started off young too. He's an he's in something. Yeah, oh, he's Elliot in E.T., isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, we haven't gotten there yet, so let's not spoil it. But
I'm going based off the first Netflix series, The Haunting of Hill House.
Or I'm sure you know. I don't know. I was trying to be smart, not like off the cuff, just randomly saying stuff, and then of course I.
There's an actress in that. Gina, I forget her name, but she's fantastic. Good acting. Yeah, it was creepy. It had some good tie-ins. So I had someone mention this on Twitter, and they said it was more like the Haunting of Yawn House.
Oh, snap.
Or the Yawning of Bly House.
Well, because I think it's like creepy because you kind of get inside your own head. But more so than like jump scares or like whatever else, because like the Danny, who's the au pair, she's obviously like afraid of.
What is au pair? You keep saying this word
she's like a nanny.
Yeah. Okay.
She's like a nanny. She's like a taking care of babysitter, in-house babysitter type person.
Okay.
And she either is like afraid of her reflection or sees something in her reflection, or she's afraid of mirrors. And so like anytime she like turns around, she like freaks out at them. And then there's like all these characters, and the headless engineer is like, oh, that person hasn't eaten yet, and she's had food in front of her every time we've seen her. Well, oh, she's probably like these things are trying to put together and piece together. But
Nice.
we're only one episode in, and it's only 9, but it's good so far. So
did you two watch the Haunting of Hill House?
I did not. I would be willing to bet that he did. I don't know though.
So you're going in fresh risk, because I thought that had some good jump scares, and I'm the one. Speaking of Alien from earlier, I jumped in Alien knowing exactly there's going to be the alien in the dark. This is the scene that's been gift everywhere, left and right, and I still jumped at it. And my, the wife just looks and laughs at me because when you're my size and you jump, it makes everything jump. So.
Yeah, you knocked over the DVDs on the couch.
Yeah. Anyways, where's our guest going to sit? We don't have a guest.
Yeah. Oh, there's one right there. So I felt very intellectual this week because I finished another book.
Wow.
I finished The Music Shop.
Okay.
I got to the point where I kept reading it, and then I sort of stopped at the same point, which was it was like the way it was set up because of this. It's a vinyl shop that this guy has in 1988. So it was like side A was one part of the story, side B was one part. Ooh. Then it was like side C, side D, and then it was a hidden track at the end. It was like the sort of like epilogue part. And I got to this point where I knew I needed to just finish it because it got really, really interesting. And I mean, the book was great because it talks about his relationship with his mother. His name's Frank. That's the main character.
Okay.
And he meets up with this lady. Her name's Ilse. She's German, and she passes out in front of his music shop. That's how they meet. That happens to be.
You know what happens sometimes. You just go fall in front of someone.
And he teaches her about music, and it flashes back to his relationship with his mom. Her name's Peg, and she never had him call her mom. She always had him call her Peg because she was very like distant, but still like sort of motherly. It was a very weird relationship, but she taught him all about music and everything, like to love music, especially on vinyl. And then he had his music shop, and it kind of goes from there. And the relationship that Frank and Ilse are forging based on their like mutual love for music and like her learning because she doesn't know anything about music, or so Frank thinks. And then it's great. It was very, very good.
And then there's emotions, and then we get to the scene
because it's like history and like 80s sort of punk, like this sort of beat up old like shopping area, street that like one of the places is this tattoo parlor, one is Frank's music shop, and then there's like a couple of other ones, including this like religious bookstore. They're just like the characters all together are great. So yeah. Highly recommend.
Sounds like the layout for Bob's Burgers.
It's super, super cute. Except, it's in the 80s, and it's this weird relationship between Frank and Ilse. Yeah. But yeah, It's really, really good. Highly recommend. Oh, fabulous. And the giraffe went bye-bye.
The giraffe?
Mass singer.
I figured. I mean, I didn't hear anything about anyone escaping from a zoo, so...
No. And they went back because, I told you there were 3 different groups this year, A, B, and C. And I thought they would go to C this week, but they went back to A. I hit my T. And the giraffe went home. And it was funny because it ended up being Brian Austin Green from like 90210. And that's Megan Fox's husband.
X.
And I think they're together still.
Okay.
That's what it says. According to the internets. I looked it up this week, but maybe not. Anyways. And it made me laugh because Robin Thicke is one of the judges or the like panelists, and he and Brian Austin Green are like best friends. and literally in the clue, like one of the clue packages, there was like a robin that landed on the giraffe's shoulder, like as this little, animated thing. And he looks up at him after he got a mask, and he's like, "You realize you're the robin on my shoulder in the clue package?" And he was just like horrified. It was great.
I don't want to be. Interesting.
He seemed so sweet. He seemed cool. Like, seemed like a nice guy.
Good.
It was fun to watch him. But of course, giraffes are like short rounds, one of her favorite things. So she was devastated. The giraffe went home, but that's okay.
One of my most fun experiences was a giraffe at a zoo when I was just walking around and looked up, and there was this giraffe looking down at me. I was like, "Oh yeah, you're tall." Hey, giraffe.
Yeah. Turned into Mickey Mouse or what?
I don't know
why. And then speaking of animated characters, we've been plugging through Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror. That was the one I sent you. It was the episode V, episode 5 with the Shannon and the time travel and the I can't remember what else. Oh, it was where they're eating the kids. The staff at the elementary school was eating the kids. Yeah, and so I sent you the no TV and no beer makes Homer go crazy.
Yeah. Classic line.
So classic. And yeah, so enjoying that. I think we're up to 6 maybe. So we'll catch up because there's a bunch more throughout the month, but we're having a good
supposed to do one a day. Come on, they're only 24 minutes.
We're trying. We're trying.
Fine.
I did watch
two
Hubie.
in one day.
I watched Hubie. Halloween though. Okay, so here's the thing. Like I think, and I said this last week, and I was pretty much on the mark. You just have to go in knowing it's like an Adam Sandler cheesy Halloween movie. Don't expect like Citizen Kane or anything. Like it's
what?
I know.
I heard this was going to be the film. This would be the Sandler showcase.
I respectfully disagree.
Nay. Hubie Halloween is Oscar material for the Sandler.
I don't think so. Anyways, it was great. It was funny. Like, just like hour and a half. You need to watch it for sure. It's
mindless Halloween television Sandler.
Scary movie. Happy Gilmore. My cat.
Okay, you're saying scary movie.
Scary movie. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. Like, kind of just mix them in. I don't think she's in the shot. She's just out of. She's
in
just
my
out
shot.
Of the shot. Yeah, but
so,
the way we're cropped.
We'll do this. Here's your cat.
Yes, exactly. Anyways, she went behind the computer, which worries me a little bit. Okay. Anyways, yep, there she goes. Okay, stop. Anyways, so Hubie was great. It was fun. His mom was one of my favorite characters for sure because she kept wearing these really funny. Headless just came over and scared the living bejesus out of her, so like shook the table. Anyways,
action
so mom,
shots.
Yeah, it's just real life, kids. This is how we do. So yeah, his mom kept wearing these like ridiculous shirts, these like comical random shirts, and it was like, if you can read this, you're within fart range, and like all these really random shirts. So she's like 80 years old and she's wearing these like funny shirts. So I liked her. She was fun. So you should watch it.
The cast, they look like some familiar faces from Ghost
Julie.
Of Sandler past. So.
Yes, there's a lot that actually aren't even listed in the cast because they're kind of like cameos. They want to sort of like surprise you with. So,
who is the mother? I say the mother from Modern Family, the one with 3 mothers.
Julie Bowen. Yeah, okay. Julie Bowen.
That's because she's from Happy Gilmore. I was like, I remember watching Happy Gilmore recently.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I first saw her.
And you're like, oh yeah, those don't mix. And you're like, oh wait, no, she was in Happy Gilmore. So.
Rock on.
Yeah, it was funny.
It's on my list to watch something mindless, so
Yeah, for sure. Give it a go. It's really, really funny.
It's cool that he's just making stuff. I mean, he even like Kevin mentioning Kevin James because he's been doing a lot of stuff on YouTube of the sound guy stuff, which has been
okay.
Have you seen any of the sound guy things?
No.
They're dumb fun.
Okay.
Because he takes a scene from a movie. What is the one with Bradley Cooper and her singer Lady Gaga?
Oh, Star is Born.
So he did. That was one of his first ones, I think that's one that's got a lot of views. But it's the scene where Bradley Cooper encourages her to come up on stage, but they actually changed it up where it's Kevin James, who's the mic guy, just holding the mic. He's like.
That's good. I'm gonna write that
down. And there's I saw
guy?
another one with a sign. Yeah, sound guy Kevin James. You can find it that way.
All right.
And then there's one with the scene from Joker, where Joker's dancing around in the bathroom, and Kevin James is in the stall. So he kind of opens up the door and gets the mic, and then they shop in the mic of the boom mic coming down out of the scene sometimes. And like someone mentioned on one of the YouTube comments, whoever's doing the lighting is doing really well because it looks like Kevin James is in the same environment. Yeah, but it's just a trick of lighting. So
right,
yeah, they're mindless.
That's
the few I've seen, I don't think he even says a word. It's
He's
just
just doing his thing, like the physical, right?
Yeah.
The physical comedy without any words.
it's great.
That's good.
So
I like that.
I love it when they're screwing around. So
Yeah, that's good. That's fun.
having fun.
It's like we do here at Ride and Rizzo.
We do. So,
Anyways.
we also get influenced by stuff apparently.
I know the stuff you get influenced by. I get influenced by albums. Anyway, you get influenced by comic books and stuff, dude.
No, my screen froze. I'm just kidding.
Just hear the breathing.
No, I'm not here.
Yeah, you picked number 18.
Okay. And then you sent some sort of laughing emoji at me when I did so.
Well, because and
I
then
think
you're like, oh, it's
fucking
Cronenberg. It's Cronenberg. Cronenberg, isn't it? And I was like, nope, sure isn't.
So that means there's gonna be like 5 Lindsey Buckingham albums back to back as we wrap up this series.
I mean, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but there is actually one that if you picked it for our Halloween show, it would be absolutely perfect.
Why don't you?
But I'm not going to say what it is. No, absolutely not. It needs to be. It needs to be organic. All right, so you picked number 18.
I did.
Which is No Strings Attached by NSYNC. I can't see your face because I pulled up the thing in front of you. I'm sure.
I'm trying to picture the cover. That's the. Oh,
okay.
They're
like marionette things.
The Marionette Boys. Yeah, I remember that one.
So it was released March 21st, 2000. That was right after my birthday. And I put this in my notes. I said, I'm pretty sure I skipped my 0-hour class to buy the copy, but I'm 100% sure that I did.
Not 0-hour class.
Well, I was like a senior and I wanted to, I was a junior. And I wanted, to like be overachieving and get like, extra things and stuff. You know how I used to be. And anyways, yeah. And I put in parentheses for the kiddos out there that don't understand. This is the time of life when you had to wait in line at a store to wait for your copy so they didn't sell out. Yeah. And I had just turned 17. And the ironic thing is I wasn't at school. And I got to school and my best friend had a copy for me too. So I ended up with 2 that morning. It was great.
I'm an over and underachiever at the same time.
Yeah, overachieving for music and underachieving for school that one day. Sorry, Ma Rizzo, if you're listening, I definitely skipped school that day.
Now she knows. Well,
that one specific class, that's okay.
0.
Because Lord knows Sir Rizzo doesn't watch or listen to this. I don't know. He doesn't know how to use the on the lines.
Okay.
Yeah, not the same. Anyway, but so the point about this album, we can kind of blame them. We can blame NSYNC for this, what we're doing here today, because that was when I was living in North Dallas, and that was right around the time, was like right then that I knew I wanted to do radio type stuff. Like in that time of like the CD, like fandom and like just the, always those like tours and the albums. And then people would go out and like meet the fans, and being in Dallas, which was like a huge market, helped a little bit too. Cause it would have been a lot different if it was Albuquerque, obviously. But,
so it inspired you to be like in radio, but the hype of like playing the music and sharing it with people, or like just say like,
yes, like,
the marketing of it, of making
just getting to know the people and like the albums and getting to talk about the albums and being excited like the fans were, because I was a fan, but I also like was excited about the idea of like talking to the famous people and everything and doing all that, which leads me to
their brain.
Yeah, not in a spooky way, not like Pumpkin does. He's gonna start picking. Oh, let me see. What is it? Is it cats?
Yeah.
It's cats. I just realized.
It's a cat skull.
Oh, cute. I have an ash face on mine with a boomstick. Yes.
Boomstick.
Anyways, and so which leads me to Comic-Cons that we had here recently. And a year ago, I met Joy Fatone, which I think Headless is putting up the picture now. Is he putting it up?
I'm on a delay, so I'm assuming. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Anyways, and
yes,
and he fell in love with Short Round. Like big time. They were like buddies. It was pretty. Are you poking me?
Maybe.
Or are you poking? No, you're poking me. Yeah, thanks. Or Joey, either way. And then, he fell in love with Short Round. She actually showed up to one of the con days as a hot dog because she was a hot dog for Halloween a little bit of time before that. And he actually owns a hot dog store called Fat Ones. And he like fell in love with her on Friday. She came back on Sunday, was wearing the thing, and he was like, "This is great," and like got her this T-shirt. They took pictures together and stuff. I'm not sure. Have you seen it yet? I need to send it to you.
I think you've sent it to me.
It was on Facebook for sure.
Probably, yeah.
So, anyways, yeah. And then, so I was like, that's cool. Like, my little 16, 17-year-old heart was sort of like freaking out that like Joey Fatone and my daughter were like buddies. I was like, that's pretty cool, And then the same thing happened this year. I met Chris Kirkpatrick, and he absolutely adored Short Round again. And I was like, okay, well, that's all right. It's my offspring, so that's cool. I'm cool by association. Per the usual.
I'm cool-esque. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm there. So anyway, so we met Chris, and he really liked her too and everything. It wasn't quite the stature of Joey, but it was pretty good. And then also with Joey, he's buddies with the Impractical Jokers. You know that show and we all love that show. And anyways, I can tell that story later on, but yeah, it's pretty fun. So now, like I know 40% of NSYNC, like we're, like buddies.
Bosom buddies.
It's kind of like we know each other. It's fine.
I tweet at them all the time.
I did once and nothing happened. It was fine.
So were you of I'm an NSYNC girl and you're a Backstreet girl, or were you just a whatever boy bop band singing to me at the moment?
Like on Schitt's Creek when Stevie and David are talking about the wines, and she's like, I thought you liked the white wine. And he's like, no, I like the red wine and the white wine. And I tried a rosé, and then I tried a Chardonnay that was a Pinot Grigio one time. Like, that's just me. Like, all the boy bands are fine.
Gotcha.
I do have my ones that I like more, but I'm definitely like an equal opportunity boy bander type thing.
Good. Good to hear.
Which, you know what? You'll find out again on this Albums of Influence if you pick the right numbers. It's like boy bands and Lindsay is basically what you're left with. So,
the triple B.
Yeah, boy bands in Buckingham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for asking. It's an honor to be nominated, folks.
I bet it is.
Yep. Okay, where is there it is. Tell me about Moon Knight. Speaking of Moon Knight, that's another boy band thing. Anyways, okay. Tell me, because my favorite boy bander of all time, his last name is Knight. Knight.
Okay.
K, yes, Knight.
Hey.
Much like. Today's episode of Ryan Rizzo, brought to you by the letters F, O, G, and K. All right.
Fog.
Fog. I didn't think you're spelling it that way, you dummy. Anyway.
Yes. So anyway, I came across Moon Knight while I was subscribing to Marvel Unlimited. And the series I started with was because, as time goes on, comic books have been around since the 60s. Some characters have been around since the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
The story changes a little bit. A story gets rebooted and stuff like that all the time. Or a new author, or it's in the same year and a new author takes over. And so the story is going to change up a little bit sometimes. But I started off with the Marvel Now series of it, and that came out in 2014. And what I really, really loved about this, it was a new character I had heard of, but never really. I think I had played him in a video game a few years back. I'm like, oh, he's a cool character. But I know nothing about him. But it was just the artwork was really good, so fantastic. If I have the actual artist name, well, I found a few. I know Headless is popping up a few. I'm going to share some photos on our Instagram and Twitter, the Ryan and Rizzo, because I did some screenshots of like different scenes of just how the art worked, and just I
They're
loved how
intense,
they
man. It's
pieced
good.
together, and like there's some
Yeah.
really dark ones, but just I mean, like this one is just you can tell with the glare is perfect. It's simplistic because it's just black and white, but
Yeah.
it just there's so much detail going on at the same time.
It tells a
And-
lot, in the
yeah.
picture. Mm-hmm.
And just kind of fits with the insanity of the comic book because Moon Knight, for this particular series, he started off as a mercenary who gets shot and he crawls up to the a statue of Khonshu. I think I'm saying the name right, but the
Bless you.
Egyptian moon god. Yeah, Khonshu.
Okay.
Khonshu. Thank you. But that gives him strength, endurance, and whatnot. And he was a mercenary, so he had a lot of money. But he also has this other personality that's an actor. And then he has another personality that's a cab driver. And so you see them all interacting with each other in this weird way. And like,
but it's just the one person. It's just like
one dude.
Okay.
And then there's like Moon Knight. But it's just kind of this weird insanity of how
and that's
they're
his
all
superhero presence.
Yeah, Moon Knight is the superhero presence, whatnot.
Okay.
So it's trippy, it's beautiful, it's fun. I went back and read some earlier issues. So I mean, the art I may share maybe all over the place, and I apologize to the artist because I was really bad about identifying art. I was just like, oh, this is I since I don't collect comics as much anymore, I do a lot of screenshots that I can just kind of keep for myself. And this is a iPad I don't use much anymore, but all these pictures, those are just screenshots of comics from the past. I think this is like 2014 to 2018. I was like, oh, this was beautiful. Oh, those are actual real pictures. But anyway.
I like how your screen keeps going. It's like dark light, dark
You can see all nothing. And it was even off shot. Yeah.
But Headless can't come over and be like, push to your iPad.
But I'm going to pop up those up on the Run Rizzo Twitter and Instagram. Just be like, hey, these were some ones that I just thought were absolutely beautiful. And the one I shared to you guys, they all look great. And so it's just,
cool.
It's just, I want to say, okay, Warren Ellis is the artist. So Jordi Belair might be the actual artist throughout the cover because you have the cover art and then throughout the issue.
What about Declan Shalvey?
Maybe.
Okay, we can find that out. We'll find out and we'll let you know. Post it up on the socials. Instagram, Twitter.
Because Declan's on there. Yeah, Declan Shelby is the cover art. So he might be, it's just sometimes like I have art right here from Alex Ross. The art of the comic book may be by someone else completely, but they did cover art for this particular issue in its own process. So Moon Knight's fun. They say that there's going to be a show that ties into the Marvel Cinematic Universe coming soon, coming sometime to Disney Plus.
Ooh.
So yes.
Sounds good. Very cool. Very, very cool. That's weird. Where'd you go? Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, cool. All right, I wasn't sure. Okay, so let's move on to entertainment news.
What news?
Okay. Oh, wait. Before, you know what? I'm sorry, I messed up. Just a very quick rest in peace to Eddie Van Halen. I meant to do it before I started the album. Sorry, VH. Tragic thing. Had been dealing with that nasty cancer for a long time and finally succumbed to it. So just it sucks. Massive loss to a lot of folks in the, rock world and of the certain age where, Van Halen and everything else that we grew up with. So yeah.
I didn't listen to much of it, but I knew who he was because I had brothers who did, and of course, Bill and Ted references.
Well, and I also think of Superbad when they're in the police car at the end, and they're playing Panama. That's Van Halen. That's Eddie Van Halen. That's his guitar stylings. Anyways, so I think I'm just going to change up a couple of things because I don't really want to go right into Buffalo Bill after.
What are you talking
about that? No, we're going to go to Japan here for a second.
You want to go to Japan?
Lighten things up for a second.
Go to Japan and put lotion on.
Stop. Anyways. Was that Buffalo Bill / Mickey Mouse? That was so weird. I would stay the heck away from that character.
Donald.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, okay.
Yes.
So
let's go to Japan.
Let's please. Yeah, and then we'll come back. Come back to wherever this house is being sold. So we're going to Japan. We're going to Universal Studios Japan, as a matter of fact, because they have built a Super Nintendo world And I don't know if you saw like some of the pictures I sent, but I thought they were just like, whatever, like cartoony pictures, but it's like actually the real deal. Like the picture of what, like the one I gave to Headless to post today is actually what the world looks like. And I'm like, holy crap, it looks good.
Universal knows how to make cool parks.
Dude. And so it's in Osaka. And I was like, we need to update our whatchamacallit, passports and go out there because that would be really fun. So
have you been to a Universal Studios period?
Yes. Yeah, we went. I've been to several. The last time we went was 2016, I think, because Short Round was 3. It was our first time going to Disneyland. And then it was right after Harry Potter World opened in California. And so my brother and Ma Rizzo and I, with our families, were like, maybe we should go there, like since we're there. And we took one day because we were going to be there for like 4 or 5 days, and we took one day to go into Universal City and went to Harry Potter World. It was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they know how to decorate. So.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it was super impressive. And so I'm really excited. Hopefully, I mean, not that we're necessarily going to Japan for this, but like it'd be cool if they opened it in, in the Universal or something like that. But it just looked amazing, and the shops and stuff are kind of like 8-bit and that really cool, like that bright color scheme with like the blues and the reds and the pinks and stuff. It just looks really fun. And they have things like in the cafe, they have Mario and Luigi themed pancake sandwiches, a super mushroom drink, and a tropical bottle. I was wondering what they were. I'm like, what is it? What is it? It's like fruit and frosting, but what is it inside of? But pancake. Okay. Yeah, and a mustachioed fruit cream soda. So like, you drink the soda and it's like got the mustache while you're drinking it. Yeah. So it leaves a ring. Hey. It just looks. I mean, all of it just looks great. Like it's such a good. I don't know. Cool. It looks amazing. Yeah, I'm excited. So anyways. Like you mentioned, I've been to the Harry Potter world in Florida, and even before that, I mean, the park itself is just like, because before Disney owned Marvel, that's where you would get your Marvel themed stuff. Was at the Universal Studios because they had like Marvel City, so. Yeah, the Hulkbuster ride, and it was just like, oh, this is really cool. The Spider-Man 3D ride. Sounds like fun. Yeah, we had a blast. Go Universal. I would really did go into a Nintendo theme world. That would be pretty incredible. I would be pretty pumped about that. A lot of blubber butt, but I would be, just gotta face it. What? Are we coming back to America? I think no, we're not going house shopping yet. I think we're going to go talk about the other things that are yet to pop up in the world. We're going to talk about Jurassic Park. Dinosaurs did exist. I don't care what you say. They're real. That's Japan, right? The dinosaurs in Japan. Anyways, so I wanted to talk with you about this poster that I saw. Anyway, I don't know. Dinosaurs. So did you notice how it was like sort of backlit in the little circle? To me, it looked like a tree. Talking about the logo for Jurassic. Yeah, the new poster. Okay. Yeah, you saw it, right? I sent it to you. Yes, you sent it. Let me go pull it up so we can stare at it together. And then I sent you the picture of Jeff Gold. Well, Ian Malcolm, I should say, not Jeff Goldblum. Reliving his glory days. And I'm like, I don't know if that's actually a still shot from the new movie, but I'm sure as heck hoping it is, because that would be amazing. He at least posed for it. So on the poster, it says June 10th, 2022. 2022, yeah. 2022. We have the cast names up top. And they're all alphabetical, which I think is smart because there's like so many different castings from like the old, Yeah. Trilogy and then like the new trilogy. So I'm not seeing trees. I'm just seeing the T-Rex, the stereotypical Jurassic Park T-Rex. Yeah. Here. No, to me it looks like a tree, like a stump. Like if you cut a tree and it's got like the outside. I can see that. It looks like to me? Harvested amber. Well, I thought about amber too, because it's where it all began, kids. That's where it all began back in the day. But that's right. Actually, it could be a tree, but my geekiness says a tree would have more rings. Well, maybe, but the T-Rex's face is there. I don't know. It's the rings. They go like this. The rings, man. Yeah. The rings. If you look at the tree rings, man. Like, and if Headless pops up the picture of Jeff Goldblum, like you can see the rings on, like Ian Malcolm, how he's gotten older, so you can see them more.
Every time I
It's
hear
just an excuse to pop it up because it's like.
It's a good picture. Especially after
really
watching him in The Fly, it's a redeeming picture.
Yeah. Or he's not all Buckinghaming it up on the fly or what?
Even though I know he's reenacting that image from above, because that's his injured picture from Jurassic Park, right? Like must go faster.
Mm-hmm.
And up on morphine by that time. See,
whatever it was, yeah.
I forgot my train of thought.
He was.
I was like, where am I going?
That was his picture. He was The Fly because it was redeeming.
I can't remember where I was going.
Okay, anyways.
For Jeff Goldblum, I always think of Thor Ragnarok because he is fantastic in that movie.
He's pretty good.
He's really good in that movie.
Is he? I've never seen it.
I was going to say, like, I'm going to comment on something I haven't seen.
I'm agreeing with you because I'm sure he's good, but I haven't seen it. So
lies. Anyway. You should watch it just for Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
It's my birthday. That's what that picture reminds me of. And if you watch the movie, that's on your homework for this week. Until then, we'll be speaking with
Thor
Sean.
Ragnarok?
Yes.
I could do that. That's fine. Because because here's the thing about us. When I ask you to go watch something, you're like,
hey, I'll watch your South Park.
Okay, sorry. That's like the one thing. And I knew you would watch. You just hadn't gotten to watching it yet. But then whenever you ask me or say, Sean McDonald here, and you can't talk to Ryan until you watched
Mr.
whatever.
O'Connell. Not Sean McDonald.
Sean O'Connell or McDonald?
Sean O'Connell.
Sean O'Connell. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Sean O'Connell here. You can't talk to Ryan. You can't talk to Ryan until you've watched Idiocracy. And then I went and watched it immediately so I could talk to you again.
That just means that your priorities are me.
No, I just want to take care of business. If we have to talk about show stuff, I can't talk with it. I can't talk about
it. You were just bored that day. Let's really get down to this is Ryan and Rizzo. Let's talk to Rizzo's head for a second.
I need to be sitting down like Ian Malcolm is.
Tell me about my Rizzo. Yeah.
It's all good. No, anyways, no, it's good. That was a funny movie. Idiocracy. Anyways.
It was.
So, okay. So now let's go and talk about.
Have you seen the last Jurassic World? Since we're talking about the new one, the previous one.
No. I haven't. I'm just being honest with you.
No, that's fine. That's good. Oh, I just spread everything.
Poor night. That poor night.
The state of California just hit the ground.
Anyways. So
rock on.
Should we talk about Hollow watching? I think we
Hollow watching.
And then we can talk about last creepy things. So basically go exactly in the opposite the order as I had it. So may I go first this week since you went first last week?
Yes.
And I have an idea when I get done with my watch list of these things. And forgive me if I'm adding in things that you've already talked about, but they were just things that I was like, these are great.
Yeah, I don't know what I've mentioned before.
My first one was American Psycho. Because that's just completely messed up, and I am really embarrassed at myself that I forgot to mention that in the last week or so.
I like quoting that movie mostly because when it comes to the business cards, that's and no one knows the reference, but it's one of those few things you can't really do that anymore because no one really has that many business cards.
There's one very specific that I say that I'm not saying on the show. That I quote all the time. Anyways.
Next on Mystery Murders, Rizzo.
The opposite of American Psycho is It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That's just classic. I was talking to a friend of mine at work yesterday, and he mentioned The Goonies, and I was like, that's actually a really good one. That's not exactly like Halloween, but that's definitely in the same realm, and I think it works. And then I'm not sure because I know we kept making these references about Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th, and we kept comparing them to Halloween, but I don't think we yet said Halloween. So I was like, you probably
fun thing with Halloween.
Tell me.
So you have Halloween, which is Mike
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
What do you have in Halloween 2?
I don't know.
It's Halloween 2, The Season of the Witch. No Mike Myers, no Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
But it's this, I think he's a reporter, and like this basically this toy company wants to sell everyone their mask, watch their commercial on Halloween, and turn everyone into bug faces.
Okay.
That's Halloween 2.
No wonder I didn't see it.
There's
That's really weird.
androids. It's trippy. And then Halloween 3 is back to Mike Myers.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this didn't work at all. Let's go back to the original that works.
Yeah. So
I actually watched that movie with my uncle. I call him Ooj.
I've heard
and I don't know what made me think it would be a good idea to do this, because he's the same dungeon master that killed me when I threw a tissue at him. Do you remember that? When I was sick that day. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I was so good. And I didn't really get scared. And it was great. And then right at the very end, when he pop through the door thing at her, at the end.
For which?
And then they laughed. Halloween.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Oh, yeah. And because I was so proud of myself. I was being so brave. I remember Headless Engineer and I were down there with him. I was like, look, I did it. And then at the very end is when he pops out and scared the living crap out of me. And he's made fun of me. Okay. Clue. Because I think that's a good one. I think that would be a really good one. No? I've actually seen that one. Thanks to the recommendation from a friend.
I mean, that could be, it'll fit in because it's mystery murder, but
Horror mystery. Why wouldn't it work? I mean, it's not horror, I guess. Okay. Anyways, never mind. Okay. And then I think we completely.
I know I'm gatekeeping. So.
It's fine. Whatever. And other than it, we kind of brushed over the whole Stephen King genre of the movies.
Pet Cemetery.
Okay. I had that on there, but you know what I forgot to mention, and I'm very embarrassed. I forgot to mention Carrie. And my king is in that, man. That's John Travolta. That's like old school. I cannot believe I forgot to mention Carrie. And that movie is messed up. So, anyways. And then I thought about... Did you mention Little Shop of Horrors?
I didn't. I thought you did, though.
I think I did, because it wasn't on my list. But I thought that would be good, because we're talking about Rick Moranis. What's his name? Rick Moranis. Yes. And I was like, that's good. So I had Pet Cemetery. I put Rear Window because then I started thinking about Hitchcock when I was thinking about Stephen King. And have you seen Rear Window before?
I have not.
It is so good. You have to watch it.
Keep going.
Write it down. And then Paranormal Activity. And then I thought about Edward Scissorhands. I think that's kind of good, creepy, but not super scary.
That one could That one's kind of like Nightmare Before Christmas. It could almost transition. It could be anywhere between Halloween and Christmas.
It's so good though, and you just your heart breaks for Edward the whole time. Yeah. He's just And then we mentioned Sixth Sense. I think you might have.
Yes.
I mentioned it again. And then what about Blade? I thought about Blade.
Blade would work. I would say especially the first one. That's a little bit more horrific than the other ones are.
Wesley Snipes. Night of the Living Dead. So we didn't talk about that either. And then I saw the premise of a Happy Death Day, which I know is campy, dumb, Groundhog's Day, but getting killed. Basically.
I've heard good things about it.
So have I, and I think I'm gonna watch it because it just sounded funny. Just weird, it's not gonna be again, not Citizen Kane, but it was just sounded really interesting. And then I wrote down What We Do in the Shadows because I want to watch that.
If Citizen Kane had a knife.
Yes. Oh. And then, so here's my thought for next week, because you're more into the visual movie media type thing. I thought about, if you're doing a Hollow watching list, I'm going to do a Halloween listen list, because there are songs that would make sense to kind of tie into Halloween music video songs. And so I have my list. I'm already going on this, but I'll talk about that next week.
Rock on. Yeah. There's also fun things to listen to. There's plenty of, in the podcast world, self-promotion is always great, but I know people have varying tastes, but there are a lot of paranormal type podcasts to listen to. True crime, actual stories, people retelling stories. Rainn Wilson hosts one where he acts like a creepy VHS collector. And he's like, oh, let me give you another story. And it's this kid telling about it, he's on an airplane with his brother. They hear people shouting, and what was happening was it was the event that happened after 9/11 where the guy was trying to blow up the plane by setting a bomb off in his shoe. Okay. This was a story from a kid who was on that plane for a few seats up. So he's just, talking about a horrible event, and it's fat one. So stuff like
Mhm.
that. So
Yeah.
lots of stuff to indulge in this time of year.
Good idea. Did you have any other watch list stuff?
Watch list. I thought of you as we've made fun of you multiple times today. The Fog.
Thanks.
There is the original one. I think the original one's much creepier.
It's cleared up, D-head.
And then there's a remake of The Fog in the 2000s that had Tom Welling of Smallville in it.
I'm so confused because we talked about The Mist with Thomas Jane, who was like
There's
Punisher.
The Mist. Yeah, there's The Mist, which is Stephen King's. There's The Fog, which is, I think, John Carpenter.
Okay.
And then there's The Fog remake.
And then there's
also The Mist TV
and the
show.
snow and the partly cloudy skies. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Anyway,
And the Chance of Meatballs.
Yes.
So one of my friends mentioned this the other day. They watched Puppet Master.
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be good.
Little miniature things. I thought you said this earlier, but you were just talking about the Oog. There's a show called The Stuff that they sell. It's very cheesy. I think it's on Prime or Netflix, but it's this delicious dessert, but it's living like ice cream that's evil and killing people and transforming people. If you eat the stuff, you mutate. It's bad 80s, late 70s, good stuff.
Done.
If you want to get some of your Emilio Estevez on, Maximum Overdrive.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's Stephen King.
Another King, yeah. Speaking of King, Christie.
Yeah, Christine,
yeah. Thank you. I was like, it's Christine. And this is one of the wise favorites. In fact, we'll probably watch it this season. The People Under the Stairs.
Oh yeah. Now I'm thinking about Cujo now too. Ugh.
I never watched
Bad
Cujo.
Dog. Anyways.
Bad Dog. You a puppet.
I hurt my hand while I was writing things furiously on my paper.
That's why we all use keyboards.
I know.
And that's why you shouldn't have so much caffeine in your tea.
But we're not there yet because we have to go sell houses first. We have to go sell houses first.
Okay.
Don't we?
Would you like to put a bid on the house?
So Buffalo Bill's house is up for sale, and we could have it as like a second podcast area. Stop it. Stop.
Let me show you the basement.
No. Yeah, it was. So here's the thing. So it's in Pennsylvania. It's like across. We could like go over to Pennsylvania in Perryopolis, located at H Circle Street. And I'm thinking about it because I mentioned like Headless Engineer's best friend just moved in, and like when we got to his kitchen, there was like a welcome basket. I'm just like thinking about the welcome basket in that house. It's like lotion and like a pulley system, like a spray blanket.
A very special leather blanket.
Oh my gosh. I was
all the furnishings are homemade.
Oh my gosh. No, it's like that's the clothes. That's not the furnishings, right? Isn't it like a coat and a thing?
Hey, Buffalo Bob doesn't have to stop at a suit.
Buffalo Bill.
Well, Bill and Bob have had some crazy shit go down in that house.
Maybe that's who's going to buy it. Some guy named Robert. He's going to call himself Buffalo
more
Bob.
Than likely it is just the exterior of the house, the shop.
No, they used it. No, they used it.
It says some interior shots as well. Okay.
Yeah, it says it's just an hour from Pittsburgh, and the house is in the Queen Anne style of Victorian architecture. It boasts 4 bedrooms, several reception rooms on the ground floor, most of which were used as sets in the 1991 movie, and a kitchen diner, which was also featured on screen.
Interesting.
And it says,
there's a good chance that could have been used for like 5 different locations. Like, this is so and so's house. This is, I bet, like the pit room may not even be in that house.
I am going to read about the part. Yeah. So it says, as for the basement, there's sadly no giant pit with a basket pulley system for lowering lotions and so forth. But there is a cold cellar section, which did appear in the film. Oh,
I mean, that welcoming basket just sounds great. Like, with lotions.
Yeah, lotion and a spray bottle and a pulley system and scissors.
Bill's skin lotion.
And I was thinking about whatever that song was that he's like playing and he's like dancing to, like a little cassette tape of that song.
Scratchy.
Oh my gosh.
Now put it on a vinyl so it even sounds worse. Or just gets the
so that
at the end.
The dance song where he's doing the snap. A cat skull. Anyways. So I'm interested to see if it's actually sold. I'm gonna save it up here and see. Because it's a bargain. 4-bedroom with lots of parlors for $298,500. Pretty good.
Probably has asbestos.
Well, it went up for sale in 2015, and they actually dropped the price, and PETA was actually going to buy it.
On the market for 5 years.
I think they took it off the market is the point.
Oh, okay.
And then they're trying to sell it again. Yeah.
Turns out it was a documentary that was shot.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So anyways. So we could scope out for another podcast location across the country.
Yeah.
Just, like, have a new space.
You know, why not? Then create our own horror flick. It started off as a simple podcast studio, and then it put this lotion on its skin.
Oh my gosh. Now I want to go watch Jay and Silent Bob, and I want to go. Well, that was, yeah. And then I want to go watch. That was Clerks 2, right? Yeah.
I haven't seen Clerks 2.
I don't know. I can't tell if I'm getting the thumbs up from the.
Oh, another Halloween watching.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. No, I'm talking about
Kevin Smith.
Tusk.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not going to recommend Tusk. I'm curious, but I will not watch.
I don't even think Headless Engineer would recommend Tusk, to be honest. He's a huge Kevin Smith
Red
fan.
State.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one. So what was the one about the new one they just did? It was the Bratskis, the like Nazi bratwursts. The Bratzies.
With his daughter and Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Oh, Yoga Hosers. I was like, what was it called? Yeah, that'd be a good one too.
Yoga Hosers.
Yeah. I got through about 45 minutes of it. It was funny, but I fell asleep. Anyway.
I think the last thing I saw from Kevin Smith was, not counting his directorial stuff on like Supergirl. I think Red State was the last Kevin Smith movie I've watched, just randomly. You
need to watch Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and then you need to watch the reboot.
I've seen Strike Back. I need to watch
the reboot. It's good.
I would like to rewatch Dogma because it's been a long time.
So good.
Been a very long time. So
especially after seeing Bill and Ted, that makes me want to like watch some Carlin stuff. So.
And Matt Damon turned 50 this week. Side note.
Good Lord, jeez, that makes me feel old.
And he keeps getting lost in all his movies.
That's okay.
All right. Well, since you're nicely caffeinated and you've got all the Leaf information,
I am.
What's that tea, yo? Or
Hi.
What's your tea, yo?
Hi, I'm Rizzo, and this is my tea. I opted today because I put China Cumin or something similar because this is, again, a traditional black tea. Because today, for my tea tip, I'm going to talk to you about where is your tea coming from, really? Anyways.
It's 12 o'clock. Do you know where your tea is coming from?
I do, as a matter of fact. This tea actually is China Cumin. Okay. And again, traditional black tea, great with milk, great with sugar. I actually poured in a little like caramel flavoring. It was good.
Syrup or liquid caramel?
Syrup.
Okay.
Like, like coffee syrup.
Thicker.
Syrup, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, like just like like sugar, water, caramel flavor.
Gotcha.
So anyway, it's really, really good. And so, yes, I wanted to talk with you about where is your tea grown? And I wanted to get the name of the tea bush correct as well so that I could say it for you and I could teach you. You know the name of the plant that tea comes from? Ready? Are you ready?
Is it Gray Earl?
Camellia. Okay. Repeat after me.
Camellia.
Camellia sinensis.
Camellia sinensis.
Yeah. Camellia sinensis. That's the plant that tea comes from.
And now you're playing Simon. So all tea or, well, not all tea, because not all tea comes from tea leaves, but all tea leaf teas?
The actual tea. So I'm going to just read this very quick little blurb on the growing and producing of tea and where is tea grown. It says here, mass-produced tea is grown on large plantations in more than 30 countries.
Nice.
But the 4 biggest are China, India, Kenya, and Sri Lanka. And it says here that most tea is picked by hand for better quality as machines tend to be too rough and end up damaging too many leaves.
Rock on.
Go. Yeah.
Built up
Lots and
some
lots of.
major calluses that way.
And did you know that there are more than 1,500 varieties of tea?
I didn't, but I don't doubt it.
We have a long way to go. Oh man. Anyways, yeah. So, but this is China Keeman, and it's like a malty traditional tea. It's really good, and it's actually like a beady kind of tea leaf. It's super yummy.
Nice.
And brown sugar for sure in this one, and I did add the caramel because it was good. What was I gonna say? So when it actually says China Keeman, that's literally means like tea
It is
from
China
China.
Keeman. I had some Moonlight Parade, I believe it was last night. That was quite tasty.
Herbile.
Yeah, herbile fruity tea.
Herbile tea.
Nothing to caffeinate, but just to enjoy as I was doing some gaming in here. So
right on. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I need to. Are you getting close to your end of your stash?
We're slow tea drinkers. So
really? Okay, because I'm ready to send you some other ones. I want to send you a few that we talked about before, and I'm ready when you are. And I forgot to ask, do you and the missus enjoy like the consumption of cherry with tea? Have I talked to you about this yet?
No.
You don't or we've not?
No. What do you mean?
Cherry. Do you like the flavor of cherry in your tea?
I don't know that I've ever had the flavor of cherry in my tea.
Sounds good. I was just curious because I had something that I was going to send
I'm
you.
more of a Courant person.
Anyways, I was gonna talk to you about another place that I went. There was a special tea house, but I think I'm gonna move that to next week. So
okay,
let's do that.
Same tea time.
Games.
Yes.
Same.
But who would win?
Same teacup, different tea. Look, I saved some. Wait.
Yay.
I saved some. All right. Should we? Are we doing headline or are we doing who would win first? You want to do who would win?
I can do headline. Unless you need
It doesn't matter. What do you want to do?
Prepare. I'll do headline since
I'm ready.
You got your tea. I'll give you the headline.
Oh, snap. Do I have to go first?
Yeah.
Oh, sons of bees.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not ready. Yes, I am. I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Well, that's the point of the headline.
To go down in flames.
Receives a headline, and I have gone back to the silly days. To be nice.
Thanks. So I did okay with the regular one.
You did okay. Like, you did okay. Yeah. So I'm taking a silly headline today from The Onion.
Oh, cool.
If you ever read anything from The Onion and you believe it, you are the type of person they're searching for.
You are Rizzo.
Today's headline.
Hi.
Hackers obtain data of 45 million Target customers, revealing what they've done in store bathrooms.
Bullseye. Sorry. There you go. That's my funny. What they did in the bathrooms? Yeah.
Hackers obtain data of 45 million Target shoppers. Let me close the ad that's blocking. Oh, whatever. That's right. 45 million Target customers, revealing what they've done in store bathrooms.
Yep. I think Bullseye might have been my best one.
Bullseye. We'll leave it at that.
Bullseye.
I hit it. Okay.
Yay. Anyways.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, the headline.
Yay. Short and sweet. That worked. Okay. Yeah. I'll come up with something else, I think.
Donkulous.
Something about tinker stinker time with your, shopping list. Something, I don't know. Anyway.
I need all these hangers.
What? Let's see. Let's see if I can pick in a bit we haven't done. Gross. Okay, this is good.
And now you're going to give me things.
I'm going to give you things. Who would win? Da, 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 da. Oh, I know. She already was in it. No, we're not doing her again. No, that would absolutely not.
Got to change up the beat so you don't get sued.
Some other random thing. Let's not get sued. Okay. Who would win? Okay, kids.
Okay.
So, the whole point of Who Would Win is we pair up two famous celebrity type people from past, present, whatever, and we pit them against each other for a very random, specific event.
Yes.
The event for this week, kids, cooking.
Okay.
And literally after I picked the cooking event, the first person I chose was Julia Childs. I was like, nope, we're not doing that. Okay. We've also already had her in one of the events. She was espionage, right? Anyways, yes. Okay. So we have Pablo Picasso. And he is a Spanish Cubist artist, and his quote is, "All children are artists. The problem is how to remain an artist once he grows up." Against Evel Knievel. And he is a daredevil motorcycle jumper. And his quote is, "I did everything by the seat of my pants. That's why I got hurt so much."
That's actually how he
Sounds
cooks
like
as
you.
well. So
Yeah.
Pablo Picasso is going to be my vote because Evel Knievel, he's going to be trying to make let's say he's going to fry eggs.
Okay.
He will turn on the burner
Yeah.
with flames roaring over the skillet, walk 30 feet away, and throw the eggs on top.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point. He's going to have a motorcycle upside down on the floor of his house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Revving up the tire so it spins and just dropping eggs on it to see if he can get the yolk over into the pan. And nothing really happens. He just makes
Yeah, it's like that just doesn't make sense, and it's just messy, and yeah, no.
Pablo Picasso, he could cook because he would just go to Japan and buy all the square fruits.
And put it here and there, and
yeah. If I can stack these, I can cook these.
Good call.
So yeah, that's my vote. Pablo.
Dang it. You went
Art
Pablo's cooking.
Cooking is art.
It's true. Some people do consider it an art form.
It is.
I don't. I consider using colored pencils on a piece of paper an art form. Very basic. Back to baukstober.
You have not lived until you've eaten art. Like the $100 golden milkshake.
Why would you do that when you could drink a $2 milkshake?
Yeah.
Would be
hey, you can eat this edible gold. Nah.
The only time I can say I honestly ate edible gold was this is like Rizzo's like truth hour or something. When I was like 14 and I got into my dad's Goldschlager. Just like, spicy gold vodka type.
Cinnamon.
Yeah, like spicy schnapps. Peppermint. Yeah, schnapps. Thank you. I'm like, see, I don't even know. That's how bad it was.
Schnapps. That's it. With gold slivers in it.
Yeah, and that's definitely the only time because I remember I thought it was like super cool. I did that with one of my friends.
Will I have gold nuggets come out? No, you won't.
I'm gonna check your feces. Wait, what? Like just a little measurements on the thing to make sure there's nothing. Yeah. Exactly. When I was 14 and I thought I knew everything and was
Rizzo, your gold is higher than usual today. I swallowed an earring.
It tastes like burning.
I thought it was a nerd.
It turns out that was just me. Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Anyways.
Games. What a way to
We
wrap
are, you know what? I'm getting very excited for our Halloween
That's not next show. That's like 2 shows.
No, it's 2, but I'm getting excited for part of my costume showed up yesterday.
Yeah,
and all of yours showed.
All of mine, the wig and the hat.
Oof.
Already have the black shirt.
They don't know yet. We talked about it. They don't know.
It's true.
Well, we can tease it a little bit next week.
It'll be an exciting world to be upon.
It's definitely going to be very excellent. I will say that. Yes.
Surely.
All right.
Surely.
We should probably.
So yeah. We're on social places and whatnot.
They would be at Ryan and Rizzo.
I will put
where you're looking.
Images of my screenshots from Moon Knight.
Yeah, I'm gonna post up. I'm gonna post up blank, and then we'll see whatever Ryan's blank looks like today too.
And sometimes I'm posting those from my account and then just tagging them to the Ryan and Rizzo. So just watch out for that jazz. But yeah,
I don't have a Twitter account, so I just Twitters with Ryan and Rizzo.
Makes it easier.
Sometimes I Instagram things on mine, which people tend to like, which is kind of cool. But yeah, at Ryan and Rizzo, Twitter and Instagram, ryanandrizzo@gmail.com to comment
all the
on
fun,
whatever.
Exciting places. I forgot the keyword I used last week. Shazam!
Oh, I thought it was Bumblebee Tuna.
Bumblebee Tuna. There we go. I was like,
I think Bumblebee Tuna. That's okay.
All the Bumblebee Tunas.
Yeah.
So yeah, episode 16, creeping upon us, Halloween, all the fun stuff.
Okay.
We won't talk Christmas until after Thanksgiving. We've established the rule.
Naughty choice. Naughty.
We're not Sam Walton.
Ryan and Rizzo is a part of the Music with McWillie Creative Network. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan and Rizzo. For more info about the show, go to mcwillie.com/podcast.
I like to do the blah blah. McWillie.com.